Hey everyone. So in our last video, we talked about how to make a beat using loops. Loops are great, but one of the things with loops is if we go to release that music, we're gonna have to go through a lot of legal paperwork and have to pay some money to use it. So today's lesson, we're gonna start learning how to make some of those original beats ourselves. So we're gonna learn how to make our own drum beats. So I'll come here, I'll click music track for Soundtrap. When I click add a new track, it's going to give me a whole bunch of different options to choose from. For today, we're going to click drums and beats. And it brings up something called the drum machine designer. And we see a whole bunch of different squares, kind of confusing, right? If I click add, there's a whole bunch of different parts of the drum set that we see that we can choose from. Kind of confusing. To make a simple beat using this, we're going to know just a few basic facts. One, when we hear music, we oftentimes count it in groups of four. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And when we count those numbers, that the way it looks on this drum machine designer, as you see, there's small groups of four that repeat. Group of four, group of four, group of four, group of four. The way we count our numbers is the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the first square of each group of four. So here's 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So right, 1, small group of 4. Another small group of 4, here's our 2, here's our 3, and then here's our 4. So remember, the numbers that we're counting are the first note of each group of 4. Now, once you know that, we're going to learn how to make a beat using something called a drum skeleton. A drum skeleton is essentially the very, very bare bones, right? The foundation of a beat. So in this drum skeleton, we're going to put our kick drum on 1, so right there, and we're going to put our snare drum on 3, which is here's 2, we don't want it there. Here's 3, we want it there. So we're going to take a listen to that beat. Super boring, right? But that's our skeleton. So once we have that, we can start messing around and adding stuff that we don't even know like where it goes, right? I'm putting in different hi-hats all over the place, right? But as long as I have my skeleton where my kick is on 1 and my snare is on 3, it's gonna sound okay. I'm adding some extra kick drums in. You can add some extra snares. I'm not even really thinking about what I'm doing, but let's take a listen because I got that skeleton. All right, sounded pretty good, but then it kind of stopped, right? So once you have a beat you like, we're going to do something called looping it. So what you do is you bring your mouse up to the top right part of the beat you just programmed. I click it, and then I'm going to drag it. So once again, here's my beat, right? It looks like this. However you want to make your beat look, as long as the key here is that you want to have a skeleton where there's a kick drum on 1, right, which is right here. Here's 2, we don't have a snare that we care about. Here's our snare on 3. Here's our skeleton, right? The foundation of our beat is the kick is on 1 and the snare is on 3. When you do that, you can add in a whole bunch of different extra stuff over top of it without even really thinking about it yet. We'll talk about the theory of this another time, but right now you can just do this and have fun without even thinking. All right, and once you have that, you click the exit, right? If you didn't see me do that, the way you can get back to your beat is you click the exit out of your drum machine designer right here. You come up here, you want to make sure your mouse becomes not this, but like a circle where it says loop. You click it, and then you can drag it for as long as you want. And now let's click play. All right, so it sounds like a pretty good beat. And one other thing I want to show you is that you can change the tempo, or like how fast or slow that beat is. So if I come down here, this thing right here is called the tempo. That's how fast or slow the beat is. It says 120. If I click it, the higher the number goes, the faster it will be. The slower it goes, or not the slower it goes, the lower the number it is, the slower it goes. And now what it does is it transforms my beat into a slower tempo. All right, so your assignment in this video is to make a simple beat on drums, to loop it. The beat should have a skeleton where there's a kick drum on 1 and a snare on 3, and then you loop it, and you can change the tempo to whatever you want. All right, so that's your simple assignment for this lesson. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much.